Hello everyone, Agion here with another Company Heroes 2 replay. Spawn on the south side as the austere player, we have Tobis. Spawn on the north side as the Soviet player, we have Dave. Two nice, easy, simple names for me. This replay is a little bit ordered, and based on the description, I just knew I had to cast it, but I just had so many delays for me to cast it, so it's been about a couple weeks, but still, you should see why. I think you can already see why. I wanted to cast this replay. We've got a 4 Pioneer spam. And we have a lock-in into encirclement. Encirclement. Pioneers. Ooh. Pioneers are on the weaker side. They are generally, really to be ineffective, they need a bit of a buff, but of course price increase is a result as well. They're just generally weak, but let's see how for Pioneers opener. Reminds me of the quote that you can hear if you click on the unit enough times. Why can't we be fighting the Americans? They always complain about Pioneer spam. Not so much, because an individual Pioneer model is weaker than a Rifleman model. Also has bigger target size and less range. Both long. It has less damage long range, less damage close range. Only really against Soviets could you potentially pull off a Pioneer spam. And you got, since encirclement, sprint. This conscript squad is being rushed down by Pioneers. They even were away, but he spent quite a bit of munitions of his own with that double sprint. Sprint is 10 munitions, in return Ura is 10 as well.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
We got MG42 to secure the ground gained by this very aggressive Pioneer opener. His opponent went for a conscript opener, 3 conscripts, and now teched up to tier 2, most likely for maxims, I would assume. Look at that, sprint and sprint. Ura lasts for 10 seconds, and sprint only lasts for 5. So the sprint is weaker than Ura, but much more available for the December Browns preview. All infantry units, the MG42, Pioneers, Grenadiers, Panzer Grenadiers, Sniper, and Stormtroopers. Storm the line. Quite a bit of field control has been sustained by this Pioneer spam. You could rush forward. He has 2 squads here. He will sustain some losses. 5 models is a bit concerning. He's not using sprint. He's saving up a bit of munitions, I guess. Perhaps for a med bunker. He's focused on this one. He needs to force it to fall back, but the damage is already done. He will still could go either way, really. But this is not December Browns preview, so these conscripts are not the buffed up conscripts. So this squad will be forced back. Is that veterancy 1, if that means anything? They don't really gain much of combat veterancy, such as received accuracy or accuracy. Oh, they don't receive any received accuracy, I know that. Maybe some accuracy. Got a flamer, however, being deployed on. Now let's check out the veterancy. First aid, that's nothing. Repair times, that's nothing for combat. And reduces repairs while under fire. So they don't get any combat-related veterancy. Them not very well scalable. We do in fact have a 2-2 coming out, an excellent option. Since he has so much repairs, he can start bleeding his opponent away through the usage of the autocannon fire. Do we have snares? We potentially, yes, but not at the moment.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
What if he built? Nope, he does not build medical HQ, which he really does need, but he will probably build dual 2-2s.
taking our territory.
Just getting some good hits in. Could perhaps stay behind heavy cover, but he has a little bit hanged off, so may receive some suppression. Yes, he will.
My lines have been cut.
As well as a couple model losses from it. He does have mortar, this mortar team in order to displace it. Oh, that is the Halloween skin, isn't it? I haven't really seen this one all too much. It's very orange, very noticeable. It's not the orc skin. Is that the orc skin? No, definitely not the orc skin. And it's starting to make its way forward. We do not have the flamer being upgraded here, but he can always get to. But seeing that 2-2, he may just save up munitions for a lot of snares. We do have enough manpower to call. Yes, we do in fact have stormtroopers being built. We could go for the Panzer Trek, but I would rather prefer seeing the STGs or even leaving it up unupgraded for ranged firepower. Stormtroopers are trying to eye for this cutoff point, denying the resource income. This cutoff point is being decaptured, but he's also securing up pretty much the entirety of the left map, sustaining quite a bit of fuel control. This 2-2 will now be engaging this Maxim. So I'm going to try to just hop in the building to stall out and deal some damage in return. Don't see any mines. We'll actually set up not in the garrison, but just trying to pitch in as much damage as he can. This gunfire can damage 2-2, and it helps. He's going to try to wipe out that combat engineer. May get it, but he will run risk. No, he does not have that upgraded. Why does he not have it? He's upgrading it now and just started. So that was a big bluff. And luckily, it worked out, but he could have lost a combat engineer. I suppose that would be a minor loss anyway. Combat engineers are probably the junkiest infantry unit in the game. Like my strat. Different, I can say that. You can use the Storm Pioneers as a... But you're glad you're not to face penals, yes. This is the... Not a December balance preview. It all depends on engagement. It would be harder field control if you went for penals. Looks like based on the healing, there is a medical HQ, and there's a lot of pioneers here. And we do see more flamers coming down, though. And he could just leave these stormtroopers unupgraded, use them for just general rifle fire, which will give him good long-range damage. It's probably the best idea for them, actually, to upgrade them. For encirclement, however, this is a good map for encirclement, or reasonable map, I should say. It's not really a good map for encirclement. Pull off, close the pocket. I've done it before. But, of course, with this heavy munitions draw, he may need to invest into, or heavily push for munition points over fuel points. They're facing this anyways. You may need to invest into munitions cache instead. Stormtroopers are excellent at long range. You got two flamers, one sweeper. The sweeper is very necessary to make sure he scouts out those demo charges. We'll in fact see a snare come on in. You will receive quite a bit of fire. You could just start retreating this back. The Pioneer Squad could cover the retreat. You got Zis here, very awkwardly just walking forward. We'll get one penetrating hit. If he's going to lose vision of it, and Stormtroopers will force it away, we will have no risk of losing that 2-2.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
You got cut off here, which will deny the fuel and munitions just now being claimed up.
Territory is out of contact.
And the stormtroopers are on cooldown. Flamer will come in, but we'll hit the wrong squad. We will jump into this building. This best squad for the Flamer in order to deny these garrisons. conscripts will have trouble versus the stormtroopers at this range. The stormtroopers, they have the same weapons as grenadiers, but they do in fact have... Ooh, sprinting into the building. PPSH is coming up. We went for guard, rifles, combined armed tactics. The doctrine that is getting reworked has been reworked in... it has been reworked, but mainly this is the doctrine they chose to adjust, though I'm putting in quotation marks, for the December Balance preview. They chose this doctrine of all the doctrines just because it has the largest wide range of abilities that are underperforming. So it's not necessarily they're adjusting this doctrine, but it's more in a strategic place. Just all the other doctrines, a bit of a longest reaching thing they could get. So it does good versus these sandbags. This will in fact miss, which will give the 222 some breathing room. These points have not been or this point has not been resecured, so he's not been making use of all that munitions and fuel, which he really does need the fuel more than he needs the munitions more than the fuel. Wow, I'm getting tongue twisted. While it's very low in health, you can perhaps get one flamer burst in, then fall back.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Stormtroopers throws out. That is a very lethal one, but the cover does prevent a lot of damage. We may in fact see a snare, but no, he doesn't want to risk losing squad. This finding a line of sight problems and rolling another miss. There is a just barely misses that mine. Doesn't want to risk it. Can it miss anymore? He's been a bit unlucky with that. I can say that for sure. We got the minimum minefield here. We'll actually run into it, sweeping the mines through some damage. Overall, very good field control by Tobis, the Austrian player. We do got some guards coming out now. The guards will provide some good firepower against this 222, and DRS is give some DPs on it as well. We got Ura going forward, but it is a big bluff because he does not have munitions for the anti-tank grenade. Though the Maxim will suppress the stormtroopers. He's trying to throw a bundle grenade. Ooh, Maxim will displace beforehand.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
We got a bit of munition stockpile, and do in fact have a Panzer IV as well. I would like not to see a pintle mount on this Panzer IV if he wants to make use of the closed pocket. He's done a lot of cutting off this entire game, so it is possible to lure his opponent into a close the pocket.
We have a new Panzer IV.
Pintle mount is always reasonable on the Panzer IV. Maybe worth it just generally to get it. Do not have the DPs, far from munitions from it. Oh, by the way, I just noticed something. I was looking at the bulletins. He does in fact have the duck cover bulletin for Pioneers against the Veteran Seat Panzer Grenadiers. While the accuracy and received accuracy bonuses does affect the Stormtroopers, the Veteran Seat does not. So slight oversight, but perhaps that was meant for other doctrines. Panzer IV is trying to make his way forward into the base. This rolls another miss. He's only hit once. I feel really bad for him. This has just been missing every single time except once. I just feel like the Zis has the least amount. I feel like it misses the most. It may be true, but it does have, of course, access to the light artillery barrage, which is actually very effective. So it's a bit balanced out, I guess, by that way. He got a hit. See it finally. Times 2. You see an Su-76, a mobile AT. He's been a bit fuel starved, so he's forced to get out an Su-76. It is reasonable versus Panzer IVs. It's not a hard counter. There are PTRSs to help support it, but no button. There's no DPs. Team guns. You got the pistol mount and a huge munitions expenditure. Sure on what? He would be a bit far away from getting close to pocket. Close to pocket can be quite lethal in this stage of the game. While his opponent won't be set up, he's going to be pushing one side of the map or the other, and getting that one cutoff on the side of the map will result in a valid close to pocket to annihilate his assaulting force. Could be a nail in the coffin type thing. Would like to see munitions save up for close the pocket. We got a huge amount of manpower. Could invest into another stormtrooper if he so chooses. Half bad thing. Ooh, that was a good hit. Could try. He is in a very good engaging position in order to circle around the Su-76. What he needs to do is just run back home where he has protection from all of his conscripts with AT grenades and PTRSs. He's actually going in for it. We pin down. The AT grenade will not happen. And there goes the 222. Enough arc fire came through as well. PTRS fire to take it out. The Panzer IV could go in. It'll be very dangerous. But he has such a fuel advantage. It wouldn't be a half bad thing. He has enough fuel for another Panzer IV. So losing a Panzer IV for the Su-76, while cost ineffective, actually quite good because he has such an advantage. A second Su-76 is quite dangerous. Once you start getting more numbers of the Su-76s, they're very devastating.
Awaiting command. The enemy is taking what we have secured.
More mines coming on down. Looks like that was a Teller mine. It was spotted. Flamethrower, but that's clearly... Oh no, that's hard set flamethrower. Not Pioneers. Still some mines left, because usually those signs disappear. Yeah, there's one set of mines next to the point. Signs disappear if all the mines are gone. Teller mines are coming down across the line, which will one-shot the Su-76s. I believe so. Not brutally maim it, so we'll be one shot away from that. Panzer IV is very devastating. If he gets a pick mount on it, there would be a heavy amount of AT infantry. Pioneers are nearby for repairs. I think the stormtroopers will be eyeing for the garrison.
We have 200 points remaining.
There'd be a Panzer IV on each side of the flank. You could group them together to be a decisive engagement versus infantry. Light artillery barrage coming on in, which could destroy this garrison. I think he cancelled it. Yeah, he cancelled it in order to gauge this Panzer IV. Actually, 2 sets of mines still left. 3 sets, actually. 4? 4 sets of mines still left. Still plenty of S mines. Su-76 is engaging with rear armor. He's going to throw a snare, but that won't snare the engine. Now, there's 2 Panzer IVs, no... Let's have assist so here. Nothing really in this entire game. Still, 2 Panzer IVs is still very problematic. He's very close to a third. At this point in the game, he could push forward. There is a maximum guard in this. But he could try pushing forward to... or to try to close a pocket. He is approaching the command points for it. Snare will come out. No damage to the engine, but thanks how they don't... It's now down to 0 health. Won't be able to kill it at the moment. Panzer IV will go ahead and fall back. He could try blitzing forward in order to save the other one. He will in fact get it. He may result in the loss of his Su-76 as well, but he rolls a miss of his own, but nothing in order to protect it. He will, of course, blitz forward and result in death. Another Panzer IV is coming on out, but overall that was a minor loss using that Panzer IV, while using that Su-76 is a major loss. He has enough to afford for another. So he will be facing against 1 Su-76 versus 2 Panzer IVs. Cache here is interesting. I would say the munitions cache would have been a much better option. He's been using his munitions quite readily. I guess he's not going to not use the as a pocket period this game. I'm just getting my hopes up. We've got STGs coming out online. This squad is a Veteran C2 one. He was the more vetted up one. Now he does have access to tactical assault. Ooh, mortar hits in that general area, causing chain reaction to damage those pioneers, even though they have the mines. That's what I get for trying to go for non-meta. He was facing against non-meta as well. So, one for another. Not bad. I mean, non-meta versus non-meta, you can't really blame yourself for missing non-meta because you can't really anticipate a strategy like heavy Pioneer opener. By the way, this is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.